Hi friends, I'm Felicia. Welcome here. Storm is here. No, you won't be able to hear. Mike won't pick it up. It's been a while since I've posted a video or filmed anything. So this is kind of gonna be just like a chat, life update, and also my August wrap up because I read 3 books in August. Well, I finished 3 books in August. I read a lot more. But yeah, this is supposed to be a one and done video. I'm not going to edit it. That might be a mistake. But yeah, because otherwise I won't post it. So you're getting unedited me. So I'll do, okay, announcement first, I guess. And then I'll do my August wrap up. And then I'll get into life update, which will further explain the announcement that I'm going to make. So I had planned to do a kind of buddy read of the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society this month, and that is not happening. I haven't started it and I don't have the capacity for it this month. So I'm gonna maybe push that to another month. Yeah. I had really planned and wanted to read it, but life. So I'm gonna read it again. Yeah, I have read it before. I'm going to try to read it at a later time. Okay. August wrap up. Today. I got distracted by my cute cat. Should I show you? You won't like it, but here's a cat. Look at this baby. She's just like, don't touch me. Okay, so I only finished 3 books in August, and by August, the first one that I finished was like August 16th or even later potentially. It was dismal. Okay, but the first book that I finished in August was The Blue Castle by Ellen Montgomery. And folks, I loved it. I loved it so much that when I finished it, I felt like starting over and reading it again, which doesn't happen very often. So absolutely loved it. So, if you're not familiar with this book, this is, I would say, Ellen Montgomery, this has an adult protagonist. She's 29. Her name is Valency. I said it Valency in my head. I don't know if it's Valency. I don't know how to say that name. But yeah, she's 29, she's not married, and she just kind of lives under the thumb of her family, and doesn't do anything for herself, like her own decisions or anything, and they just like, yeah, they just totally control her. And this is kind of like things happen and she starts living her own life, and it's amazing and beautiful. I don't want to tell you anything about the plot because I didn't even know, like I read the back, but yeah, it's better if you don't know. Because it's also kind of like, you'll catch on pretty quick to what's happening, I think. And that's all I'm going to say. But I absolutely loved it. And there are some scenes in here, like the description of nature. I think that's why I like Ellen Montgomery's book so much. It's just like the way that she takes time to describe the setting and nature. And like, I felt like I was there. And there's a good chunk in this book when Valency, she's living my dream life, essentially. So yeah, I really loved it. There were some things at the end I was like, I didn't feel like it went far enough at the end. And that's all I'm gonna say. I love this. I love this just as much as I love Anne of Green Gables. I absolutely adored it. So that's my thoughts on The Blue Castle. New favorite. Love it. Okay. Then I finished Minnow by Mark Dunn, and this was a reread. Okay, so out of the 3 books that I read in August, only one of them was off my TBR and the other 2 were rereads. Ridiculous. Okay, but I read Minnow by Mark Dunn, which was my kind of buddy group read that I'm not doing very well, even with what I said I was gonna do. Sorry guys. But yeah. Yeah, for the month of August. Wow. Sorry, no editing. So this is an epistolary novel, and it takes place on this fictional island that was supposedly founded by the fictional person of Nevin Nollop, who was claimed to be the author of the sentence, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." And so because this is epistolary, the alphabet is very important. Okay. I keep getting distracted by the fact that I'm not going to edit this. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to stop saying that. Yeah, so it's epistolary, and at the beginning of this book, we find out that one of the letter tiles has fallen off of the plaque underneath the statue of Nevin Nollop in the city square, and the town council has decided that is a sign from Nevin Nollop from the grave, that he wants them to stop using that letter altogether. And then these tiles keep falling and letters stop being used. So like, that is the genius of the storytelling. What I had forgotten about this book is that it actually is quite dark. Because it just very quickly descends into a totalitarian, why can't I say that word? You know what I'm trying to say. Government. So people are literally, they have like 3 strikes, and then they are excommunicated or like shunned from the island. They have to leave the island. Physical punishment, flogging is another one of the punishments. Like, it's crazy. And yeah, it gets dark. And I had forgotten that. And it also felt kind of unsettling. Like, sometimes I actually didn't want to read it, because just with all of the things going on in the world right now, and the way that people in my area especially think about any kind of government mandate, any government suggestion about anything to do with the worldwide situation. They think that they live in this society, which they don't. But yeah. So yeah, it gets pretty dark, and like, it's kind of weird because the town council that is making these decisions, they like worship Nollop like he was Jesus or something. Like, it's kind of weird, and I had forgotten that too. But like, overall, I would read this just for the storytelling, even if you aren't enjoying the actual story, because the storytelling is so unique, and yeah, it's so good. There's like mad insta-love in here, because this whole book takes place from July to November. Yeah. So July, August, September, 4 or 5 months. 4 months. I can do math. And yeah, there are characters that fall in love, like, immediately. So yeah, but read it for the storytelling, because it's good. Yeah, those are my thoughts about that. Worth a reread every 5 years or so, maybe. Then the last book that I read, definitely worthy of a reread every 5 years, is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, which should be number 1 in the series. You guys haven't even seen my June and July wrap up that I filmed together, because it's like an hour of footage and I don't want to edit it. But you haven't seen my rant because I read what is it? The Magician's Nephew. Because I got an audiobook through Audible that's like the box set, and because I've read this series before, I'm listening to it in order, but in my mind, okay, because I've read it so many times it doesn't matter, but if you have never read the Chronicles of Narnia before, you have to read this one first. Like, no negotiations. You have to read this one first. After that, I don't care what order you read them. Publication, chronological. I'm a publication stan. Just because that's who I am. I think that's the proper order. But after this, you can read in chronological order. I don't care. Whatever. You have to read this one first. I love the Chronicles of Narnia. The audiobook was narrated by... I forget his name. He did a good job though. I've seen him in movies. Michael something. Anyways. Yeah. Loved it. So, do I need to explain The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe to you? Some people might not know. It's a children's fantasy series where a group of siblings find a magical land through walking through a wardrobe. And there's the magical land. And it's freaking magical and I love it. And I love C.S. Lewis. And maybe you don't, and that's fine. I love him. Okay, so those are the 3 books that I read in August. Life update. Okay, so I feel like I did do more reading. This isn't even as far as I am. Hang on. I've been reading The Well of Ascension, which was on my top 20 my top 20 of the year books that I wanted to read. I'm reading The Well of Ascension. Did I say that? I got distracted trying to find my chapter and now I don't remember what chapter I'm on. But yeah, Well of Ascension. I've been reading this. I'm at least this far. I might be further. I can't quite remember which chapter I ended on last. I've been reading it on my Kindle. This is how far I am. Okay, 1 chapter off. I've been reading it on my Kindle because it's a bit easier. My hands don't like forcing this book open. So I've been reading it on my Kindle, but tracking my progress in the physical book. I would like to finish this month. We'll see if that happens. I haven't finished any books yet this month. This actually could be a month where I don't finish any books. Wow, I just realized that, and that's terrifying. That hasn't happened since I started BookTube. Crazy. Okay, so the reason for that is September's been kind of bonkers. So here's the life update. If you don't care about my life, thanks for watching. Bye. But yeah, so Chris and I had holidays earlier this month, which was nice. We just stayed at home. But before that, Chris has an older brother who's married and has kids, and an older sister that live in Edmonton, Alberta. That is where he was born and lived until the year 2000 when they moved here. And so his older siblings they moved back there once they were done high school. Anyways, so they were out here visiting, and before school started, which starts, I think their school was starting the last week of August. No, first week of September. Like the 2nd or something. Anyways, they were going to be home in time for school starting. Well, they all got E. coli while they were out here. So something that they were exposed to, maybe when they were traveling, they don't know where it came from, or something they ate before they came here. They all started getting sick and got E. coli. And let me tell you, I always thought that when they recalled food due to E. coli, I was like, okay, whatever. Now I know what it does to you. And thank the Lord that I didn't get it, because it's like diarrhea for 4 days. So yeah, I felt so bad. Oh, for my nieces and my nephew. Hi, those poor kids. But like also my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Yeah, I think they're all better now. They made it back home. They ended up staying an extra week because they were too sick to travel. Like it was like 2 and then 3 of them, and then 1 got better and then another one got sick. So like out of the 6 of them, like 2 to 3 of them are always sick at the same time. So it was terrible. Anyways, so they were out here, and it kind of, then when they started to get better right before they left them, we wanted to spend lots of time with them. So we spent lots of time with them at the beginning before they got sick, and then there was like a week when we didn't see them, and then we spent lots of time with them when they were better and just about to leave. So then there wasn't a lot of reading then. And then now, my brother is moving to Calgary, Alberta. And basically with 2 weeks notice. They sold their house and heard back from the apartment that they wanted to move to within like a weekend. And why did I say that weird? A weekend. And now they're moving to Calgary and they get possession on the 25th. Today is the 16th. And they want to be there on the 25th. And I'm helping them move, and I'm planning to go with them to Calgary and then come back home. Me and my mom are going to go help them, and then, yeah, basically help them get all their stuff in, clean the apartment and unpack, and then come home. So that's kind of like, yeah. And so I'm helping my sister-in-law pack and my brother, but he is a trucker and he is going out on one more trip before they move. And so I'm going to go help my sister-in-law pack more while he's gone. I love to declutter and pack. I don't think she does. So that's been interesting, but yeah, so I kind of like am busy with that. So there's not a lot of reading time. Like, I'll be lucky if I finish this, and like, who knows, maybe I won't have to drive the whole time going to Calgary, and then I'll have some reading time. Doubtful, but we'll see. So yeah, that's kind of like what my next week is like up in the air, because I don't know what the plan is. But I talked to my boss. My brother works, I work at a trucking company, and my brother works for he's a driver at the same company. I'm the receptionist. And so I talked with my boss, and they like kind of initiated the move. They asked if he would be willing to move to Calgary, and he was like, yeah. So yeah, I had talked to my boss, and I was like, basically, yeah, you have to let me take time off to help them move. So I know I have the time off, and they know why. So, but yeah, I don't know exactly what day we're leaving or what the plan is and whatever. So it's all kind of up in the air as far as that. And then my mom wants to visit family when we're in Calgary, and I'm like, can we please just come home? Anyway, so that's kind of like my day. Now I'm just unloading, and I've been talking for 18 minutes. That's very cool. So that's kind of like what my life has been. Has been like, okay, so these people are here, and then they leave, and oh, more people are leaving. We have to help them leave. So yeah, that's kind of like my life lately. It's just been like a blur. So hopefully in October, during Victober, I will get a lot of reading done. I'm also trying this month to not start any new books and just try to finish some stuff up before October starts. Because, you know, okay, so out of my, I will have to edit this to splice my talking together. Out of my top 20 books that I wanted to read this year, I think 4 of them are Victorian. So that's like actually crazy. And I've never read 4 Victorian books during Victober. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so hopefully in October I'll have time for making content, actually reading, editing my backlog of videos. I have some videos that I filmed this summer, and now it's fully fall and I haven't edited them. And yeah, I want to start doing some planner videos because Rainey asked me to, and I want to show Rainey. I literally told Rainey yesterday, I was like, Rainey, I will film these videos for you, and if no one else watches them, that's fine. But I know other people will watch because I'm always interested in planners, and I know that I'm not the only one. So I have some planner content, some hauls with planner stuff. And I have like a book haul from like the books that I've hauled over the last few months, what I've been reading. I have some tags that I've been tagged in. Like, guys, I have a lot of content that I need to catch up on. Thank you for your patience while I don't do those things. And now I have 20 seconds. So thanks for watching this very rambly video. I hope that you are well. I hope that you're enjoying what you're reading. Leave a comment down below. Let me know any of your thoughts that you had while watching this video. And until next time, so long, and thanks for all the fish.